Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep, welcome back to Pacific Paradise, and welcome back to this island we are creating. We are once more in the cartographer, once more in the map editor, and once more on the PC version of the game, the Steam version of the game, and as such I'm just going to run through the controls real quick. We are using W to go forward, S to go back, A goes left, D goes right, Q goes down, E goes up, you push and hold the right mouse button and that pans the camera around, but wait, there's more as we come down onto this very big beach. It's a very big beach. We grab the life raft and we are using R to rotate, T to transform, C to copy or clone, delete deletes, and if you have something selected and press F, and that focuses, but wait, there's even more. Yep, because under terrain you have 3 brushes. You have raise and lower, you have set height, and you have smooth height. And if you're going around the island smoothing your sand with the mouse slider cranked all the way up, as is your wont, making the beach look very, very lovely. And then you think, oh, I just want to raise a little hill, little rise in the land, and you left click now, you will raise a spike all the way up to the Enterprise. And Kirk is not going to like that. So, what you need to do is remember to slide this mouse slider all the way down. Once you're done with a brush, save often because there is no undo in the game. And the easiest thing to do if you do make a mistake is to, well, just exit to the main menu and come back in again. Having said all of that, this is the volcano. It's the Caldera. And last time we ran our final test on it. Yep, we jumped into the game and had a look at it in the game's engine. And it looks pretty good. So everything seems to work. If you're new here, well, we spent several episodes looking at this thing. I'm just going to turn the ocean off. Because this is about as big as you can get as islands go without actually, well, just having a straight drop from the beach into the sea. So we've got a bit of beach, we've got a little bit of apron around the outside where we can have coral and fish and things. We've got some wrecks, but they are very much sort of hanging their butt over the abyss. And we have 4 distinct zones. We have ourselves a forest. Let's turn the ocean back on. There we go. We have ourselves a forest, which is looking pretty foresty, but is on the side of a volcano. We also have the rock stacks, which are looking very rocky and stacky, and also on the side of a volcano. As we come round, we have the Mediterranean side of the island, sort of less trees, a bit more scrub, but we also have our World War II forts buried into the side of the volcano itself. And the last area, the lava flow. The lava flow with a few paths that link the World War II and the forest together, but we also have, underneath, the lava tunnel. And the lava tunnel runs under the island as far as the center. And once you're in the center, you can get yourself to, well, the magma chamber. I guess magma chamber, lava chamber. So yeah, we have a tunnel all the way out to the open ocean. And you can't go up, you can't get any breath once you're in it. So once you're down here, it's very much cave diving rules. Remember which way is up, remember how much air you've got, and try not to drown. And then we have the caldera itself. The crater itself, big and open, and very much like a crater in real life, blasted clear of scrub and foliage. So all the little plants and new growth is here. Just in case there is an eruption, something comes from the ground and just burns everything away. So we have a lot of detail in the island. We did look and see that there are a few things that we need to fix. So this is very much a polish pass. And one of the things we need to fix is here. This dogleg entrance into the caldera, it works quite well. It works well enough. But we've had to put a dogleg in because if we just have that slope all the way down to here, then it looks A, a little bit too convenient, and B, well, it sort of intrudes on the beach a little bit too much, which I didn't like. So we need an excuse for this to be like this. We are going to say that the researchers put this walkway in. And one of the best excuses is because, well, there's a bloody great big rock in the way. Oh, yeah. So you can't exactly get something in there, the path can't extend down because there's something in the way. But wait, there's more. Yes. If we go to terrain objects, we've got nothing selected. Let's put some plants in here and decorate this area. Interestingly, that's trying to follow the line of the rock, which is something that we don't really want. That's better. So let's give this a little twist. There we go. So the leaves aren't egregiously clipping into the stonework. Yep, that looks pretty good. So the green breaks up the grey and the brown. So I figure that having put the path in, and the scientists of past years traipsing backwards and forwards might have brought some seeds in on their boots, or by disturbing the soil might have added foliage just along here. So I just want it kissing the walkway. I think it's fine, to be honest, the way it is, but we just need a reason for. So that's what we're doing here, just making sure everything is in fact in the ground. Yeah, just a little bit of greenery, just kissing the walkway, so it just kind of breaks up that straight line. And we're doing it from this direction because we know that from this direction, up here, it doesn't look too bad. So from up here, all that's kind of hidden anyway. Good. It was down here when we were looking up that it just didn't look that good. So we'll put some cerumen in. I'll do that here. Just a little bit. So yeah, polish pass, what does that mean? All the stuff that we kind of identified, and there's a few things that we did identify as being not quite right. That's better. That's a little bit better. I don't want to put a cocoa... Well, could technically put a cocoa bush in. Oh, that works so well just there. Alright, let's not put that in. Let's remove you. So remove the yucca. Cocoa bush. Oh, there's a potato there as well. Potatoes. Alright, move sideways just to make sure that was the potato that we have selected. So, bush me up. Right, cool. So we'll do that. Put that in there. Doesn't matter too much if that clips into the walkway. That's a bit better. That feels a bit more comfortable now that we've got something either side of it. Good. Another acacia, I think. Something along here. There we go. Just a little bit. Little R to rotate. Yes. Good. Terrain objects. What we're doing is just adding a bit of greenery, so as we go up, we have the path, but the path is broken up edgewise with these bits of greenery. Lovely. Wonderful. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a big old plant. And that should... Yes, this is good. I don't want to add a I don't want to add a tree here. I don't want to sort of ruin the aesthetic by adding another tree, but this should work quite well. That's fine. That's actually fine. Terrain objects. Let's back up a little bit. Ah, wonderful. Something here, maybe. A rock? Well, why not? It's kind of daring. Small rock, though. Yes, wonderful. Let's take that. Put that in there. Because it's adding a bit more scree to the slope. Good. And anything else? Well, we did take away our potatoes. Potatoes. Where are you? What do we add the potatoes? Here. Yes, let's add them here. So we'll add them just the other side of this bush. Gives you a reason to go off the beaten path. And the other thing, terrain objects, the other thing was yucca. Yucca tree. I think what we could do is add that here. Yeah, feels comfortable here. Just here. So we'll make that upright so it praises the sun. Let's come down. And that is not in the ground. Very important these things are in fact in the dirt. There we go. There we go. We keep slamming our face into a branch, but there's nothing I can do. Nature is just nature. It's going to do that sort of thing. That's so much better. A little subtle, We haven't changed anything structurally. But yeah, much, much better. Beautiful. Beautiful. We could add a little shoreline rock action just to the edge here. That might be a good idea. I just want to see if there's any gaps here, because we have a bunch of cliff 6. Let's clip into the ground. Boom, clipped into the ground. So the tunnel is like this. So what do we got? We have ahead of us, that's the lava chamber. Then we got the lava tunnel, which goes out to the sea. Above it, we have this this arch. So the lower level of cliff pieces, that is the roof of the tunnel. The water level, this sort of air pocket at the top, this bridge at the top, that's the side of the caldera itself. And then the water doesn't start until about here, which means that no matter what happens, if you're in that tunnel, you have a long way up before you actually get to the water surface. There's no way in. We made sure that was completely sealed. So yeah, there's no way in to here. This is an area that is never going to be seen by a player. We can't put anything in here because, well, it can't go anywhere. Although there is a bit of sun clipping through. I think that's literally just clipping through an object rather than anything else. Let's push our face into the terrain, go up. So we hold down shift and we just scoot sideways. Right, good. Good. Yeah, shift is move quickly. It doesn't always behoove you to hit that button because sometimes you just shoot off into the side of the map and you end up with a headache. So yeah, I was thinking shoreline rocks, sort of maybe here. Yeah, that makes a little sense. And then we could just add terrain objects. Maybe a small rock. Something small. Something in Saturn. What's that from? Why Saturn? Something in Saturn. It's from Star Trek. Star Trek First Contact. When Lily and Picard go onto the holodeck. Okay. So I think I just want something here, you know, just a little thing. Any items? Have we got anything that we could put here that'd be quite fun? Boy balls? Maybe not. See, we can't change the terrain in any meaningful way. What I'll do is I'll delete that. By which I mean, if we start messing around with the dirt around this side of the lava flow, we'll fill the tunnel in below us. So we literally can't do that. Not figuratively, literally can't do that. It would be not good. But what we can do is invite the player. See, this is polishing now. We're literally just gilding the lily. Invite the player to come up here by adding a little walkway. There we go. And then what about here? Oh, we could do something similar, not a big rock. So we can, because we know that it's so far down, whatever we do in terms of rockage up here, you ain't gonna see it once you're in the tunnel. But you ain't gonna see much once you're in the tunnel. There you go. It's subtle. It's not like, oh, come here, brave traveller. Anything else we could do here? Maybe some plants on this side, and then call it. I think that's probably a good idea. So, just a little bit of allocation or something. Yeah, seems decent. Yep. We can't add any more aloe. We can add a little bit of nana. A little bit of nana plant. In fact, we clip that leaf directly into the ground, and then you'll never know that it was ever there. Good. And I think another rock cluster there. So let's grab ourselves shoreline rock. And if we do this, okay, it creates a little path. So if you're coming along here, this on the left creates a little path of sand, And it's the same thing over here. So you might be looking up there to leave, but you might also end up coming along here and just scooting across there and being able to run around the entire thing. It's a little touch, but you know, it's a little touch. If we go to items, I think what we should probably do is... Oh, where's a rock? It's going to be under R, isn't it? Oh, you cheeky mare. Okay, we'll add some rocks here. Just a couple. Are there any more shoreline rocks in here? Yeah? Yeah. I don't think I'm going to add any more to that or to that pile, just to these two. I suppose we could add a couple of palm trees maybe, but I really don't want to. I don't want to. But we can add something here just as a... Let's see. Items. Trees? Nana? Little nana plant. Something bigger than a nana. Ceremon. Yeah, it might be a good idea. Or maybe just here. That's probably a good idea. That's a better idea, in fact. Ah! Yes. It's a smaller version of what we've done on the other beaches in that it creates the path, but it adds a little bit of detail around the outside. And I don't think anyone's going to be building on that bit anyway. We're going to have to keep it open because people might build, but they can also build into the water. Probably not around this bit here because, well, it's too deep and too rocky. Good. So any fun things that we can put here? We could put a life raft in here. The life raft would literally just float. But you know, we all float down here. Yeah, the life raft. So what happened with the life raft? That is a good question. Keep that in the back of your mind. It's a physics object, so if it goes in the water, it will literally drift. It will probably end up drifting over here somewhere. So that's where it would end up. Otherwise, yeah, let's go over here and look at another area that we kind of need to have a little look at. So it's here, weirdly. Yeah, this looks a bit lumpy bumpy. So we'll go to terrain, we'll change the size of this brush because it's absolutely massive. We'll change the amount slider, just knock it up off the stop and then just left click and hold a little bit. It was just like a shelf or something here. So we've just smoothed off the edge. That's good. And I'll do that there as well. So smooth this off. This whole area just needs a little bit of something, a little bit of TLC, a little bit of IDK, a little bit of something. It's just an effect of having to dig out stuff into the terrain. Ugh, too many plants. Too many plants. Speaking about too many plants, let's add some. So what we'll do is let's grab a small rock because we didn't add one on the inside, so let's add one here. And let's break up that terrain a little bit. Now it might be nice to know how tall the player is before we start doing this, so that's kind of an easy thing to do. If we go to structures and we grab door, Mr. Door, that's the size of the player. Way down there. Okay, way down there. So we can absolutely get away with doing stuff here, which means I keep clicking on aloe because it's the thing, isn't it? It's the thing that's right there. But no, we'll grab a ceremon. There you go. Just break up that massive area of nothingness. Yeah, you don't want the nothing to get you. Acacia. We could just add these to the walls, you know. I'm stuck in a tree. I'm stuck in a tree. Help. Okay, go on. Every time you get close to an object, the camera slows down. It does? Yeah, it does. It's kind of annoying. So annoying. Like, lich stuck in a tree. That's what we got stuck in. It looks a little better. You're going to be sort of walking through here. Okay. Let's see. We've got some rocks and stuff up there. We could do a little cheaty cheats. Grab rocks. Grab a shoreline rock. Where are you? Are you going to find a nice place to sit? Yeah, you are. Okay. Just going to check it from above, move that out a bit, mostly because of the textures and stuff. Right, so that takes away some of the flatness from the wall. Good. Oh, but you can't leave it like that. It looks stupid. I know it does, doesn't it? That looks absolutely awful. Darling, it looks terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay, so we'll do this. Give it a little rotate. Find a nice position for it to be in. Sometimes you can just leave leaves clipped into something else. Let's check it from a different direction, different angle. There we go. There we go. That's good. That's good. That looks a bit better as you're coming along here. It doesn't look like a bunch of flat dirt now. Good, good. Terrain objects. And I think just a little rock, but not to to decorate, yes, but not for any other reason than to there's just something cold about this area here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to click on you, it'll raise you up. Move you down, move you across, rotate you slightly, and that's better. That's better. That's better. It just didn't feel right to be on its own. Above, yeah, stuff up here. There's nothing up here. It just kind of feels like this bit got ignored. Right. So what we can do is, yeah, trees. Just add a few plants up here, just so it doesn't look like it got completely ignored. I'll just rotate this. There you go. So Saruman, just adding them in the recesses in the ground. Just move it slightly in a bit. And 1, 2 and 3 over here as well. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. You probably need to move. Just because it's a bit too conveniently lined up. There we go. That's better. That's a little better. Cool. A few plants. Just a little thing. Just a little thing. Just to fill in something that looks completely abandoned and unworked. Good. And there was something along here as well. Oh, crap. I think, was it here that just felt a little open? I mean, we can see down onto the beach. That's alright. Yeah, I was thinking along here maybe. So terrain object, nothing selected, and I think we need another ficus along here. So PQR ficus tree 2 here. Sneak it in, sneaking it in, boss, sneaking it in. Right, let's see. Auto rotate. That's better. So we can still see. And we can see through there. Oh, look at this! Ah, it's so good! Yeah, branches, not quite going over the top. Oh, that's fine. That's a bit better. We scoot forward because it looks like we got problems with our FPS, but it's not. It's not. Another one here, I think. Ficus here? Yeah, ficus here. So we'll just move this over. Ah! Ah, wonderful. Yep, so that's buried in the ground and the bush. And as you come through here, now you've got... yes, that works so much better. It's subtle, but not so... yes! And it's one of those weird things where there's a rock and a tree and it's just kind of clinging to the side of a mountain. Beautiful. 2 more trees. And the forest looks a bit more foresty. Looks a little less cold and open. Okay. I think we might be able to get away with that. This bit here does feel cold and open though. I don't know. Terrain objects. So when I say cold, I mean it just feels like there should be something here and there isn't. So instead of feeling warm and welcoming, it just feels cold and uninviting. So maybe we'll just add some rockety rocks, just something to say, we haven't forgotten. Terrain objects. Because you don't want people to be thinking, you're forgotten. But also by adding rocks, you add a little bit of dynamism when it comes to things like shadows and stuff. Really? Is that what you were thinking? As you were adding the rock? Yeah, I always think things like that. Because then we can do this. Boop, boop. Little rotate, little transform, TNR. There we go. What have we selected? Oh, it is the rock. I can't move that anymore. I can't move that anymore, so I'm going to move the rock up to greet the banana plant. There we go. There we go. Terrain objects, and I want something here. Just to break this up just a little bit. You go on there. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So could you just carry on with this forever? Technically, yes. Realistically, no. You got to move on to other projects. You gotta get something else weird knocked out, you know? It's a little bit better. So instead of just being cold and open, now we've got a couple of rocks and a couple of plants, and that's above the eye line. So as you're walking along, this is in the side of your vision. Do we want this left open? Probably. I think we could add something here. So why don't we add trees that you can dismantle? So ficus trees that can be absolutely biffed up. And there we go. So these ones can be demolished. I think one there. Maybe sort of sneak one in here. Yeah. Because I didn't want them too close to the top of the crater. But these can be demolished. Even those two just add a little bit of extra. Just add a little bit extra. Cool. Terrain objects, so we've got nothing selected. That's a little tree. Sneaking them in, boss. Sneaking them in. Into the dirt you go. Okay, cool. That's better. That's so much better. Look back. Look forward. Are you in the middle of the pathway? Sort of, but not really. I think I'm going to get rid of you. I'm going to have to get rid of you because I think that's one of the main paths up. Skeksis. Right. We could probably do something here. I'm just finding areas that kind of look a little bit cold and open. This bit here definitely does. So we took a tree out because that's a pathway up. So I'm just going to add a couple plants up here. That's all I'm going to do. Terrain objects. Because again, it does kind of look like we neglected this bit. So I'll do this. Neat. Terrain objects. All right. Yeah, this doesn't look so bad now. Just two plants. And you both are in terrain? Yeah, you are. Good. Good. Again, sort of neglected along here. How long could you spend? I could spend a long time doing stuff like this. But, yeah, there we go. Just jam that in there. Poke it in. Poke it in there. A little bit of nana action going on. I think so. I think so. Oh. What did we just move? You had something selected on the opposite side of the island. What did we select? Well, fortunately, it was just an alocasia. Yeah, sometimes if you got a bunch of stuff snapped, like put on the island, it'll just jump. It'll jump and it'll select something in the background and you'll never know what you've just moved. And it is frustrating. How frustrating? Oh, you know, I've just moved an entire cliff piece and I had no idea what was going on. Frustrating. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Still a few little things. So let's see. Anything else that we want to add? Time. You know, Captain, they say time is the fire in which we burn. You've been watching a lot of Star Trek, haven't you? I'm going to let you into a secret. I've been watching a butt ton of Star Trek. I watched all of the films. All of them. Yeah. From the motion picture all the way to Nemesis. Wait, that's not all of the films. That's all of the films. No, that's not. That's all of the films. Okay, good. Glad we can have that conversation. Really? Yeah, I don't like new track. New track's just not good. No good. So we're adding just a few plants here and there, just to kind of bulk things up a little bit. What I'm looking at is just the general area, but I think we're just kind of at a point now where there's not much more we can realistically do, and I'm going to have to say, I'm just have to call it at some point. I don't think there's anything egregious. Oh, let's rotate that one. There we go. Yeah, I don't think there's anything egregious. I'm going to add just a few more plants around here. There we go. So there's nothing that we've absolutely left uncovered, untouched. Everything's looking fine. Plant up here? Yeah. Which way is that? That way. Terrain objects. In fact, that one plant there is fine. So I think I'm just going around the outside. We're back to where we were. That's looking a lot better up there. The forest is looking good. The extra ficuses are looking good. That was the path up. Do we sneak another one in? That detective is the real question. Okay, so we got stuff up here. This is a little jumping puzzle. Cool. We didn't add anything here, although I think it might be fun to do that. So if we go to items, we can go to barrels. Barrels. And I think if we just add some barrels here, just here, it encourages people to go over here. It's not a resource I mind giving people. So yeah, you've got barrels. Let's do this. So the barrels are just touching the beach, and they are. Encourages people to come over here and then maybe hit this with an axe, and they'll go all over the place and have to scrabble them out. But it also means that people get to this point. We could move that. Oh, I know what we can do. Let's go to trees and grab another yucca. You can never have too many yuccas, right? And just add you. I think add you here. Yeah. Right. Rotate it, transform it, drop it down. Because I just want people to come down here and then have to go over here, which means that's the shortest route. They might just dive through the water, but it just encourages people to use the bottom of the lava flow. Just going to eyeball the lava flow itself, make sure there's no big holes. There is a hole. Objects. Right, that is a big... Well, it's not a big hole, but I don't want anyone to be able to even see in there because it breaks the illusion. Oh, we can have a small rock, it's fine. Like, literally like that. Done. Done. I'm just looking for holes that people can get into, like, get into and get stuck in, but I don't think there are any. Nope, no more holes. Right, scoots over that. Terrain objects. What we could do is trees, probably put a couple of cocoa bushes on here and then call it. Might be a good idea. It's just to show that there's a little greenery, a little life coming into the Caldera. The crater. Let's do that and that. And make sure we've got the right thing selected. Let's move it over a little bit. In fact, if we rotate the whole thing over, push it back, down, rotate it on its axis, we're just finding a way that it looks okay-ish. That looks okay-ish. That's as good as we're going to get. And then one up here as well. You're delaying, aren't you? I'm absolutely delaying. I don't know, I don't know. It's such a big island, and I know that as soon as I say, okay, you guys can have it, there's going to be something I've missed. Something that's not quite right. Something that could be better. So, yeah, but I think as far as polishing goes, I think we're about where we can be. Right, so that's a little better. Oh, let's just add a line of plants. Let's get rid of you then. And maybe put the Nana somewhere else. I guess the Nana lives there now. But it's in the rocks, that's fine. The Nana lives there now. Well, that's better. So yeah, I took there were 3 plants together and they were just in a line. So we fixed this. We've added some rocks, there's barrels, an actual way across there. We've added some yucca over there, we'll move the yucca here. This looks a bit better. It looks a bit better. I'm leaving the caldera as is. People can build in here, or people can go diving or whatever, because remember there's the cave underneath. Added some plants on the top of the forest. It was one of the first places that we built. Should be detailed. It is detailed. There's a couple more ficuses. But other than that, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's pretty much everything. I don't think we're missing anything. There are going to be some awkward things like the beaches. The beaches are fairly flat along here, so you've got this geometric, or you got a bunch of pyramids basically. All the sand is triangles, even though we smoothed it off. All the sand is triangles, and that is something we can't avoid since 1.0 of the game. That is just something that happens. But the aeroplane, the body on the beach, yeah. Well, we now know the body on the beach just looks like they are using the coconut as a pillow, which is fine. Anything else? No, I think we call it there. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, maybe there is. Oh, you really don't want to. You don't want to leave, do you? I let you into a secret. I don't. See, there's wreck over there, wreck over there. There's no wreck here, but there is a survivor shelter. I just think we put a little skiff on the beach. I think we do that. And then we end it. Okay, I'll do that. So which shipwreck is it? It is rowboat. Just want to make sure there's nothing there. Put a skiff on the beach. Where should we put it? Here feels good. And because we can't do anything without, without going a little bit. Can I have a shoreline rock, please? There we go. Yeah, we need to just add a little bit of decoration here so it's pushed up against the rocks. Cool. Just double check these, make sure these aren't just... Oh, good lord. That's the abyss down there. Okay. And you know what? Since it is there, I'll just add a tree and a couple of trees to it. Because why not? Palm trees? You read my mind. Did I? I'm afraid so. I'm afraid you might be a witch. Okay. So have a palm tree growing through there. You are going to have to move just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, cool. Palm tree here. Whee. And then... palm saplings. There we go. Little spin. Sapling. Little spin. Nope, that's the rocks. Oh, I wish it just wouldn't snap onto everything that it sees. It's so disconcerting. Right, so that may or may not produce a container. Ugh, Good. Good. Oh, there's little gaps. And over here as well on the side of the path. No. Just a little bit. I have to stop. But... And then that suddenly looks so much better. Oh, I'll do another one over here. All right, fine. I'll stop. We got plenty of driftwood. What are you doing? I don't know. So let's just have a sermon here. I am going to stop. I'm totally going to stop. Right, fine. Yeah, no, okay, we're done. This is just a bloody great big island. It's huge. It's absolutely enormous. If you do download it, it is one that I would absolutely 100% recommend that you get the LOD fix mod from Nexus Mods. It's all the mods that I use are linked in the comments section. Actually, it's a pinned post in the comments section. So in order for this to render properly, you are definitely going to need the LOD mod, which is the level of detail mod, because all of these plants and rocks are not going to render. You can, even in the creator, you can see them disappearing. But it's not just that. These rocks here underneath might end up turning a bit pixely, turn into giant sprites. They might not, I don't know. Once you're actually in the Caldera itself, it might not. It might be fine. But I would still recommend getting the LOD mod if you don't get any other mod at all. Right, good. So I'm letting go. I'm stopping here. We've done the walkway. We've filled in a few gaps. We've added some plants. We've gone around the island. Any area that's kind of cold and open, we've added a few little plants just to make sure that people don't think, oh, this was forgotten. There's some fun areas. There's the World War II forts. There's the rock stacks. There's a forest, and there's the lava flow. There's the caldera itself. There's the lava chamber, and there's also a lava tunnel. There's a lot of rocks and a lot of clay in the lava tunnel and the magma chamber or the lava chamber. So there's plenty of resources on this island. In fact, there's going to be a ton of resources because the forts are going to generate them as well. We've got our upside down skiffs in the above the magma chamber, so there may or may not be containers in the magma chamber itself, so you may need to search around for those. We know that at least one fired when we were doing a test, so we found at least one box down there. Ooh, and there's at least 3 wrecks. 4 wrecks, 2 skiffs, 1 large wreck, and 1 aeroplane. Good. By the time you guys see this, this will be available in the Steam Workshop. Unfortunately, I can't link things directly from the Steam Workshop. That is a slight problem. So you'll have to look for Dizzy's Reach on Steam Workshop or the Overdrive Theatre map pack. The Overdrive Theatre map pack will have this and all the other maps we've made on the channel in it, if you haven't got that already, or you can just look for Dizzy's Reach, which is up in the top left corner, and do a search for maps, or just do a search for the most recent maps. It should be amongst those. Thank you for joining me. If you like this, definitely leave a like, leave a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. If you want notifications, dingle the bingle. If you don't want notifications, don't click the bell. And yes, I'll say that again, the Steam Workshop. If you don't know how to get to the Steam Workshop for Stranded Deep, go to the Stranded Deep store page and then scroll down. On the right hand side, there'll be a bunch of links, and one of those will say Workshop, because I don't believe there's a dedicated Workshop button obvious anywhere else. I think there is another way of getting to it, but yeah, the Workshop's not fully enabled. It's a weird thing. But yeah, thank you. I tell you what, I'll catch you next time.